My husband accused me of cheating while he secretly loved someone else.
Oh, whoever smelt it, dealt it. Am I right, guys?
I'm 34 female and have been struggling with depression for nearly 8 years, since my first child was born. My husband, 38 male, thinks I don't do enough and I want to leave, but need to make sure I've tried everything first. By the way, this comes from Throwaway 1900s Baby, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
I'm Angie.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, with my firstborn, I was really struggling with postpartum depression. I even went to the doctor, but she downplayed what I was feeling and told me I was having an identity crisis. My husband told me 8 hours is 8 hours, doesn't matter if it's in a row or not. So I slept all day whenever my child would let me. I napped when baby napped for 2 years. I couldn't clean the house, could barely cook, and couldn't exercise more than a walk here and there. But it was just an identity crisis, right? It would end, surely. That took a huge toll on my relationship because my husband didn't believe anything was wrong either. He said to just stop being lazy and work out and it would be fixed.
Bro, dude, all you gotta do is lock in. That's all.
That's really what he said.
Just like lock
she had
in,
a whole baby and he's like, just lock in, dude.
Dude, just get your head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. Right?
Go play basketball.
Yeah.
No, your husband's silly. Then we tried for another child. It took nearly 3 years to conceive. That pregnancy was hard, but again, according to my husband, it was because I was eating too much of the wrong things and not exercising enough. For the record, I'm 5'7" and 145 to 150 pounds.
An extremely normal, healthy weight for that height. Extremely normal.
I homeschooled our oldest for kindergarten and first grade until our second baby was 1. Then I couldn't do it anymore. I hated being needed, being touched, and talked to 24/7. Our child is a social butterfly and needed more than what I could give. We were part of a group for the kids, but he'd come home and say, I'm lonely there, Mom, so we quit going. I put him in school. He loves life more now, though he's been at an educational stall for the past 1.5 years. My husband constantly sends me posts and articles about how the school system is awful. I agree, but I just can't be a home educator. I hate it. Apparently, I'm not the type of mom who loves to constantly be around her kids. My husband doesn't believe depression is even a thing.
Dude, lock in.
His husband sucks.
Yeah.
He says it wouldn't exist if people would just eat right and exercise. I resent him. I resent the fact that he is downplaying what I'm going through. I realize exercise can help, yes. And I'm not a fat slob. I'm on my feet all day. I garden, I keep a clean house, I go for walks with the kids. It's just not gym time. I admit I've been in my own head for so long that I've neglected him. He receives love through long talks and being doted on. I just don't have the energy or mental capacity. I show him I care by keeping a clean house, feeding him, and meal prepping. He works away often, and I prep 30 meals and snacks so he doesn't have to go hungry during his workday. I've been telling him for a few years now that I want a divorce.
Oh, wow.
We don't work well together. I told him at the end of the school year, I'm leaving. I've started looking for jobs. So before I completely blow up my life, is there anything else I should do? I have an appointment with my doctor for medication at the end of the month. That's all I can think of. Maybe try medication to see if it gives me the boost I apparently require to get to the gym, cook and clean more, stay up late talking to him, work on us, and care for him. It's a whole lot of him there.
Yeah.
What else should I do to help my marriage? And we have some comments. Commenter 1. You meal prep 30 meals for him? Did I read that right? You've mentioned you've not been making him feel loved. What has he done to make you feel loved?
Yeah, honestly.
Sounds like the last few years have been hard. Why are you homeschooling if you hate it? Get the kids into school and get a divorce. I feel it's almost guaranteed to make you happier overnight.
Yeah, honestly. Like if he's talking so much about her depression, but she's doing all of the other things that she can do right about
She's
it.
doing so much for someone that had postpartum and is probably still having it.
Yes, and so it's like, okay, well, yes, you can exercise, you can eat better, you can, keep things clean, but she's doing all of that stuff. Like all of that stuff definitely affects your mental health, but I would argue more than all of that, the people you keep around you also affect your mental health. And obviously this guy sucks, and so I think his presence is just making her depression worse.
Yeah. I mean, sounds like she's going to try some medication for it, which I think could help if they can find the right dosage that quick, but I still don't think you should stay with this man per se.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think the medication is going to help his actions.
I don't think it's going to help your marriage.
Yeah.
Comment 2. I would say first, change doctors. This one is just no good if they can't recognize depression and postpartum depression. Your problem lies there first. And we have an update. We own our own business in personal care. Think massage, personal training, things like that. We have been married for 10 years as of yesterday.
Woo!
And as of 5 days ago, I discovered he cheated on me in 2022.
Oh. All right. Of course this guy does that.
Of course.
Divorce.
Yeah, make it happen, girl.
He has always accused me of cheating.
Oh,
there
of course.
You go.
Oh, classic.
Classic.
Carly and I read some stories like that yesterday. Isn't that always how it goes?
Always how it goes. And of being a bad partner because I'll talk about our problems with friends. He even told me more than once, out of the blue, to unlock my phone so he can sift through it. A shortened name came up on his WhatsApp notifications. He's got WhatsApp locked. I managed to figure out his password.
Nice.
This woman is also married and has 3 children.
Oh, wowza.
We now have over 40 screenshots of their conversation, which appears to be regularly deleted, of him saying he loves her, has gifts for her, her butt fits so perfectly in his hands.
No.
What does that even mean?
Ew.
He loves her hair and her gas.
What?
Which I can only assume means one thing. He met this woman while working away in 2022. They reportedly haven't seen each other in 3 years. When the affair began in early 2022, I had just given birth to our second child.
Gosh.
Currently, I'm 38 weeks with our third. He hasn't said I love you to me in at least 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
How are you with this man? Like, I get it, they have kids, but like, girl, leave this man.
Please, if you've been thinking about divorce for so long, just do it. Don't talk to him about it, just do it. He's gonna convince you not to.
Yeah. We are completely intertwined with land we don't want to get rid of, a business partnership, and soon to be 3 children. I can't tell if they just haven't seen each other physically in 3 years, or haven't spoken at all. There are comments in their conversation that allude to them planning to leave their spouses for each other, and then she got cold feet. I know I need to leave logically. I just really don't know where to start, and I'm heartbroken. He has only stayed because she wouldn't leave her husband. We have a comment. If you feel like you cannot look past this, then the first thing you need to do is contact a lawyer. They will help lay out your options. The feeling of betrayal is hard to overcome and could hamper your marriage even further. By the way, his accusing you of cheating is his way of dealing with the guilt of cheating on you. It's a manipulation tactic.
Classic.
And OP replied, I remember like yesterday he said to me, you could be cheating when I'm away and I would never even know. He even told you how he was doing it. Oh my god.
He was monologuing his evil plan right
He's
to
like,
you.
I have a scheme and I will tell you.
Yeah. Oh, but he's the one that's always away. You
Yeah.
silly, silly man.
Meanwhile, I'm at home 2.5 hours away from any friends or family with 2 young kids. Yeah, I wasn't the one cheating. I feel so stupid for trusting him and not seeing the way he pinned his actions on me, blanking on the term. We have an update too. I finally had the nerve to confront him, and lo and behold, he says nothing happened. I asked why her butt fits so perfectly in his hands, and that was apparently just a joke. He refused to admit anything, even though I sent him some of the pictures I have of their conversations. He blames me for being close to her because I met up with an old friend and his girlfriend while he was back in the country for Christmas a few years back. Except that occurred after he started seeing this woman. I really don't believe anything he's saying. I finally brought it up to my college friend who still lives in the place he went to work, and she said she heard this as a rumor 3 years ago, back in 2022, that he cheated on me with a woman there. She never thought it could be true, so she didn't tell me. I feel like you still tell the person. There's like this, hey, I heard through the grapevine.
Yeah, right?
I never thought it could happen either, but here we are. I'm disgusted and heartbroken. I know I need to leave. There's just a lot about our life that needs to be figured out first. I've already made sure that I am the owner of all life insurance policies for the kids. Not that he would know how to change that, but now he can't without my permission. I think next week I'll try contacting a lawyer. And by the way, this week and next week and the week after and the week after, you can listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, your favorite podcast app. Search up OK Storytime. We've got a little bit left, but leave this man.
Leave this man. Pathetic little man only knows how to get Lunchables for himself and cannot make a real meal.
He won't even need a divorce. He's gonna starve within a week because he doesn't know how to make his lunch.
It'll be gone.
It'll be gone.
It'll be gone. Problem solved.
There we go. Well, we've got a little bit left. I qualify for legal aid and likely low-income housing and income-based rental subsidy. I really don't want to have to sell our house because that's all we have to pass on to our kids, but I'll see what options I have. He works weekends, and if I leave him, I have to leave our town because it's just too small. There's no full-time childcare or work available here. But then the kids would be in public school, only able to visit him on weekends, and he has to work, so logistically, I feel like such an a-hole.
Nah.
Currently, I'm on maternity leave until next summer, so I want to get things organized before I'm due to return to work. Sorry for the jumbled mess. My brain is going in so many different directions, and that is the end of that story.
Wow. Listen, girl. You know what to do.
Get out of there.
Let's do it, right? Right, ladies?
Right,
let's leave our husbands.
Right.
That's what Rosie, whatever her name
the
was.
Riveter.
The Rosie the Riveter was referring to. Leaving the husbands.
Yes.
My wife was perfecting her yoga poses in another man's apartment.
Totally just yoga, right?
Right? My wife, 44, and I, 47, got in a fight last night. We go to a yoga class around the corner at the gym that we both belong to. The instructor there, Allie, has been great. She's excellent and really knows her stuff. By the way, this comes from additional call 6468, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. And I'm Angie.
I'm Carly.
I'm Dakota.
But we are here to give good advice, goofily. But we don't have all the answers. We just know what we would do in this situation. But let us know what you would do in the comments. So, OP says, we actually became good friends with her. We met her and her boyfriend for dinner a couple of times, but about 6 weeks ago, she announced that she was leaving. She and her now fiance are moving to Florida. The thing is, my wife and I really got into yoga. My wife is actually considering becoming an instructor because of Allie. The gym was without an instructor for about a month, but they got this new instructor, a young guy named Ethan. Pretty cool dude. Again, my wife and I hung out with him a few times. We're really social that way. He's a good-looking kid, young, early 20s, really into the earth.
Really into
Really
dirt
into
and
the
everything,
earth?
you know?
That's crazy.
Really likes them worms.
About 2 weeks ago, I called my wife from work. She works from home. When I called her, she was out to lunch with Ethan. In the moment, I felt a little awkward, and I think she could tell. On the surface, I don't think it's a big deal, but if she was going out to lunch with a friend who happened to be a guy, she would typically let me know. But the other thing is, we don't really know this guy that well. It's only been 2 weeks. It's not like someone I know or trust. Plus, he's very fit, attractive, and young. So maybe I do feel a little threatened. But I didn't say anything over the phone or that night when I got home from work. Sure enough, they were together again. This went on 5 times in the last 2 weeks. That's every other day. So last night, I brought it up, and she got really upset that I didn't trust her. But then she was also really concerned because she understood how I felt, and she knows that feeling and that it's a crappy feeling. She agreed with me that she can't hang out with him alone unless we hang out together, all 3 of us, or if there are more friends with us at the time too. After that argument, we went to bed, and when we woke up this morning, I could tell that things felt a little awkward. It was a bit more quiet than it should have been. We were talking to each other less. I don't know if this means anything or if I'm just reading into it. We're still going to yoga class where he's the instructor, so it's a little weird and a little bit of a gray area. I'm not the jealous type, but I do think that boundaries are important, and I don't think that I stepped out of line by explaining to her where my boundaries are. I may have overreacted, but I'm not sure. Do you think that I overreacted or got upset over nothing? And there is an update. I really liked how that was like directly like at you. I feel like a lot of the questions are like, so am I the a-hole? Blah, blah, blah. But it's
what
like,
do you think?
Yeah. Do you think I overreacted? No. Yeah, I definitely don't think you overreacted.
No, not at all.
Yeah, no, I don't think you overreacted because I think your feelings are very valid, and but you like didn't blow up or anything. Like,
yeah, seemed like a fairly calm conversation and everything, and she was like happy that you went to her with the concerns and was like, "Oh my god, yeah, I'm sorry that this is how it's been seeming."
Just like, "Yo, what's going on here?" And then that's it. That's what I did.
What's this all about?
What's going on?
What's going on?
But we do have an update. I had a talk with my wife, and I let her know that I'm not comfortable going to the yoga class anymore, given the situation with the instructor. Oh, wow. Not at all. She asked if it was all right that she continued to go. I was kind of surprised, but I also know about her goals to become a certified instructor. She has been really ambitious about it. So I said yes, knowing that I would keep a close eye. This past Friday night, we were talking about some random stuff, and I could tell that there was something else that she wanted to ask me. She went into a pretty lengthy story about how a few weeks back, she had made plans to do a private session with Ethan on Saturday morning after the yoga class, working on poses, form, etc. She said it was something that they already set up, and she didn't feel comfortable backing out of it now. I knew he had his own studio outside of the gym, but I wasn't sure where it was. I thought maybe another gym or a private yoga center, but when I asked her, she said it's at his apartment. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna...
How that works?
I'm gonna get a private lesson from his apartment.
Etc.
In his room, on his bed.
He's teaching you new poses.
That's for sure. Basically, she told me that his entire apartment is a yoga studio. No furniture and no TV. Just a wood floor with mats. We've been married for over 20 years. I'm not going to suddenly start telling my wife what she can and cannot do. She's an adult. We're both adults. We have 2 decades as a married couple and with kids, and another 5 years of dating together before marriage. I've been thinking about this since my last post. It's not me versus her. It's about us. It's an us thing. I like that mindset. I go through what she goes through, and what she goes through, I go through. We are going through life together, not apart or separately. So I'm not going to treat her like she's my 18-year-old girlfriend whom I've been dating for 2 months. She's my wife. We raised a family together, bought a house together, built a life, memories, finances, trust, a future. I hate the divorce her culture on Reddit.
What?
To what?
We have never given that advice.
Divorce culture on Reddit is so immature. Yes, her behavior recently is new and a bit suspect, but she's a person too. And after 25 years together, I want her to be happy. It's important. We're all human. Maybe she's truly attracted to this young guy, Ethan. So what if she is? She's not allowed to be attracted to him? Okay, so she had a few lunches with him. Okay, a little red flag, but I'm not gonna toss our marriage into the garbage over it. I've flirted with others before over the years.
Huh?
So has everyone, he said.
No.
It's like, well, if
what
your marriage
yoga are
is okay
you
with
doing, sir?
Yeah.
Etc.
Etc.
You're doing the etc.
Ah,
Stop it.
do the etc. It's inappropriate. He says, so has everyone. If you haven't, you're lying. So I'm cool with her continuing yoga with Ethan.
What is that?
That's
what
so
does that
funny.
mean?
So I'm cool with her continuing yoga with Ethan. That was last Friday. So on Saturday morning, she went to his apartment at 9. She texted me when she arrived, and she didn't come home until after 12:30. I wasn't pissed, but I was curious. She was humming songs. She was flushed, hair messy, glowing with perspiration. She seemed happy. Maybe things felt a little off. Oh, she just wasn't talking much. Didn't say a lot, just small talk. That felt odd to me. Usually she's excited to tell me about her progress or her diet, stuff like that. Yeah, I said all the things that I said about trust and being married for over 2 decades, but I couldn't deny that something just felt different. She was acting different around me. Fast forward to Monday night. She fell asleep early and left her phone in the kitchen. Dangerous. At one point...
Don't you go through that.
Come on.
Don't you go through that.
At one point, she started getting notification after notification. Her phone was lighting up and buzzing. Some of it was junk, but one time it lit up and I saw Ethan's name. I'm thinking it's a text message. My wife and I share a lot. We know each other's passwords. It's our kids' birthdays. My son is mine. My daughter's is hers. So while she's sleeping, I felt bad doing it, but I opened her phone and looked at the notifications. One from Bank of America. Cool. One from her sister. Few others. And then I saw one from Ethan, which reads, still thinking about Saturday. You were something else. Not many people can open up like that.
Who does that?
Dude.
It's like it's so open that it's like it can't be true, or it's like
so weird.
that's so weird that it's like
somehow though.
He's
I
just a
feel
natural
like
flirt,
that
guys.
like fully like okay, I'm gonna take a guess.
Yeah.
I don't think she cheated. I just think Ethan's being really weird.
You think? It's
but
possible.
I think I have a feeling I'm gonna eat those words, but I just really don't want her to have done it.
Yeah. We're just really hopeful over
I
here.
just really was hopeful because you guys started this out so well with your conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I know.
I don't want to give you divorce advice because you called it no divorce Reddit
Right.
advice.
Right. He's gonna just like discount our thoughts totally if we go there.
But I do fear
yeah.
something may have happened.
Yeah. Either that's like a really creepy crossing boundaries text or it's evidence. Nothing else in their text history raised the red flag. But I couldn't just be a spectator any longer. I sat while she was still napping and thought about what I wanted to say, how and when I wanted to bring it up. She was acting different since Saturday. It was very obvious to me, plus there were no texts with Ethan on her phone between Saturday and Monday, but almost every day prior to that. Was she deleting them, or did something happen that made them stop communicating? I couldn't find the right moment until last night. I'm in sales and I read a lot of books on the topic, but there's one book that impacted me and how I deal with people in all areas of my life. Never split the difference.
We're using our business tactics?
Yeah, I know. I'm confused where he's
Okay.
going with this. One technique in the book is called tactical empathy. You show empathy to get the other person to let down their guard and open up. We're learning how to manipulate it a little bit. So a couple things about my wife. Her father passed away last year. Oh, wow. And I know there's been a void in her life, and mine too. So I reminded her that I understand how hard this past year has been. I told her that I would always support her and help her through anything. I reminded her that I loved her. We started reminiscing about her dad and what this past year has been like. To be fair, getting into yoga class has been a path back to health for her. There is definitely a healing element to it. And once our conversation was rolling along comfortably, I brought it out and asked her, "Did you sleep with Ethan?" She didn't hesitate. She said yes.
No.
Oh,
It was
man.
etc.
OP's
etc.
wife, you made me be wrong. I was rooting for you.
We gave you so much benefit of the doubt.
But also, like, how stupid is Ethan to be like, yeah, let's just make it blatant now.
Yeah, right? Come on. She said yes, and then she started to cry. I was surprised how calm I was, so I continued to talk to her. I didn't explode or freak out. Part of me already knew. You guys have been getting close, spending time together. I could tell something was different. How many times? Yeah, that's what OP said. Just once, she said. I asked if it was Saturday. She said yes. Said she didn't intend for it to happen, but it just escalated when he would help her get tighter with the pose, moving her hips, straightening her back or knees. Apparently, he's got a reputation. So I told her that I was not mad, but I was hurt, and that I needed space. I told her that I forgive her. I understand her feelings, the pain she's experiencing, but there are consequences to her behavior. I know how it feels to make a mistake that affects the lives of others. I told her to call her sister. Her sister lives about 30 miles away. I tell her that you're going to stay with her for at least a few days. I need some time and some space. And she did. She's there right now. Her sister picked her up last night after midnight. It was a rough night. Divorce? No. I'm not interested in that. This is not normal behavior from my wife. This is a unique and hurtful situation that deserves compassion first and then decision and healing later. Did I do the right thing, though? It really hurts punting my wife out, even considering the circumstances. And it would really hurt if you didn't listen to full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OK Storytime. And there is a little bit more to the story, and a second update, actually. But what do you think? Did OP do the right thing?
I don't know. I think OP, I'm seeing some weird reflections in this window. Sorry. I think that OP knows what's best for his marriage maybe more than we could.
Yeah.
If he really doesn't want to get divorced, sure.
I think OP's going at it because usually it's like 0 to 100 immediately, but OP's going at a very slow pace and like let's talk about this. Why did this happen? All this stuff. This isn't you, which is normally what we don't get. Which is, for them,
honestly.
For him, healthy.
That's the way they want to do it.
It's a perspective.
That's what's best for them.
Yeah, and if it's like there's like divorce is not in the picture. Don't want to do divorce because that could get messy.
I hope that she's also on the divorce is not in the picture train and doesn't run away to this yoga man. But
Yeah,
I mean, everyone's
I don't
running
think
to this
she's
yoga
gonna
man.
though. It does seem like it was very just like
mistake.
yeah.
But there is another update. I changed the passwords to our financial accounts. I took her name off our joint bank account. I'm the primary. I opened a new checking account, and as soon as it's complete, I will move my money over. She's been removed from the credit cards that we share. All of our streaming services logins have changed. Screenshots from her phone saved in multiple locations. Changing locks is next on my list. This is all new. It sucks that I have to do this. It's only been a day, not even. Wow, so does that mean
changing the locks and stuff though, but we're not getting a divorce?
It sounds like maybe we are getting a divorce.
Yeah, who knows what happened?
Wow. Well, good luck to the both of you, I guess.
Yeah.
Bad luck to Ethan.
Bad luck to Ethan.
Yeah.
And don't take all your wife's money.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys split that stuff. If it is combined. My husband pretended to spoil me, but my siblings were the ones paying.
Oh my gosh.
My husband, let's call him Nate, and I have been together for 10 years and married for 4. We've been having a rough couple years, and basically everyone I'm close to is telling me to get divorced. We've known each other since we were 14 and 15. We were best friends first and started dating near the end of high school. By the way, this comes from JJ Reynolds 3, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
I'm Angie.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, everything was great. He treated me amazingly, always with respect. We went on dates frequently, bought each other gifts, and took many vacations together. When we first got engaged, things were rough, but we spent many nights having long discussions and worked through the issues. However, over the last couple of years, we've been having a hard time. Nate lost his job in 2022, and I think this set us on a collision course. Ever since then, he's had a hard time keeping a job. He frequently goes to temp agencies for in-between periods, but this has never been a problem for me since he tries his best to make sure bills are paid. He always blames the jobs, but I have a hard time believing he's been through about 15 jobs since 2022, and every single one is the problem.
15. I want to know all the jobs.
That's
right?
crazy. Maybe some of them, but not all of them. Anytime I try to talk about it, he tells me not to worry and that he'll always find a new job. So I've tried to stay out of it and let him figure it out. As a result, we rarely go out anymore. I could pay for us myself, but he's expressed that it makes him feel bad when I'm always paying. We celebrate our birthdays and anniversary, and that's it. I've genuinely been okay with this because I understand we're going through something, but my family tends to make me feel bad. I'm very close with them, and they love to insert their opinions even when not asked. They love to comment on how he never gets me gifts anymore, doesn't compliment me as much, and doesn't show up to family gatherings. So much so that I've started lying about things I've bought for myself, telling them he got them for me just to get them to shut up. If he doesn't come to something, I just tell them he's at work. The divorce comments started coming in last year when I had car trouble. My engine went out, I still had 4 months left on my loan, and interest rates were insane. I couldn't afford a new car while taking care of so much of the bills at home. I tried talking to different mechanics, but the lowest estimate was $9,000, which seemed like a lost cause. I ended up getting my dad's help for a new car. He put $5,000 down, and this shook my family. The main question was, why didn't Nate help? I wasn't about to tell them he couldn't afford it, so I did my best to dodge the questions, but the damage was done. Now they tell me I need to divorce him any chance they get. Over the past year, I've been able to get Nate back at family gatherings, but they've all ended with him being super wasted. Nate doesn't know when to stop. I know this about him. I try my best to cut him off, but I'm his wife, not his babysitter. I've asked him over and over not to drink at these functions, or if he must, to only have one. He tells me it's fine, he's an adult and knows when to stop. He doesn't. This has resulted in a lot of embarrassing nights for me and just adds to their list of reasons to leave him. My family has never seen a healthy marriage. I have never seen a healthy marriage, at least not outside of a TV show. Any family that's married, they're all bitter and cheating on each other. I can't really take advice from this. I believe you don't get into a marriage just to jump ship as soon as things get hard. We're just going through something and we have to work on it together. However, recently I've started questioning this, and I'm not sure if this is the right stance. My cousin passed recently, and her funeral was this past week. I was and still am devastated. Nate doesn't understand why. My cousin and I weren't on speaking terms, and he doesn't get why I would be so upset since we weren't even talking. At the funeral, he sat with me but didn't speak the entire time, not even to comfort me. I have no idea who he was that day, but this was not the man I married. It was like having rose-colored glasses taken off, and now I'm questioning everything. Now I'm starting to feel like my family may have been right all along, and I've been too naive to see it. I can't go to any of them about it because I already know what they're going to say. I feel very alone right now. Where do I even go from here? And we have an update. And it looks like we are getting some backstory into his job stuff.
Okay, cool. That would be important. I feel like usually she's caught in the middle with two very different opinions. You know, she wants to stay with her marriage, but then she also is like getting all this info and
pressure
opinions.
and stuff,
Pressure from the family. So I feel like you really just need to take some time to just don't talk about it with anyone. Like not even your husband, not your sisters. Like just be alone, journal about it so that you can actually get your thoughts out and together. Journal. And then you have to make a decision on your own. But it could be hard when there's so much noise from everyone else.
Yeah. Agreed. Update. Nate was a mixture of fired and quit from jobs. He was usually fired for attendance, the reasons being headaches or feeling sick. This was truly unrelated to drinking. If he quit, it was for various reasons, but mainly having issues with management. The drinking started in March of this year and is not daily, not even weekly. However, my main issue is getting blackout when he does drink. This isn't exclusive to family gatherings, but the embarrassing things usually happen in these cases. Embarrassing being the way he speaks to me. We've discussed it many times, and it's always met with resistance. I've definitely been in denial about this being an issue, and the overwhelming comments have removed that denial. I have regular users in my family who drink morning to night, and he doesn't. So I thought I was being paranoid about the issue. Many people said I don't defend him to my family, and that's why he doesn't come to the gatherings. I have defended them. They never say this in front of him, only to me. They don't treat him differently or isolate him. I don't just let them talk crap, but this usually results in us talking in circles and me feeling terrible. No, I have never told him what they're saying. I'm in therapy solo, but it's new, so we hadn't gotten into my marriage at the time. This was honestly eating away at me since the funeral. We have conversations about our marriage where he promises to do better, and he does for a while, and then he just stops. Now for the update. I ended up turning my therapy session into a 2-hour session.
Wow.
Obviously, one long session isn't a fix-all, but it definitely helped me come to some realizations.
Good.
I felt like if I gave up, this would be a failure. I didn't get married to get divorced. I thought I would be spending forever with him, and I've definitely been trying to keep floating a sinking ship. My therapist says I'm a people pleaser, and honestly, after everything we've talked about, yeah, that tracks. As for Nate, he's on thin ice with his current job. Go figure. Even knowing this, he still didn't go to work one day last week because he had a headache. No, this wasn't a hangover. I start work 2 hours before him, so I didn't know he stayed home until I got home. I snapped. I told him he doesn't get to skip out on work every time he has a headache, especially when he's already on multiple attendance warnings. I get frequent migraines, and I don't skip work unless it's literally one that makes me super dizzy. I take something for it and get to work because we're adults with responsibilities and can't skip work every single time we feel bad. He told me I was overreacting, and I told him of course he would see it that way because I sit back and let him do whatever he wants all the time. Maybe I did overreact. Maybe he did have a bad headache. Either way, I left to my sister's house to cool off. I broke down, crying to her and telling her everything. To my surprise, my brother and sister have secretly been giving him money to take me on dates for my birthday and our anniversary ever since he first lost his job. 3 years then of that.
Wow.
My sister even paid his portion for 2 family vacations we took. I wasn't going to go on either because I couldn't afford to pay for both of us, but my sister said she could tell how sad I was about it. They both knew how badly I was trying to make it work and were trying to help. I called my brother and made him come over too. I thought they would give me I told you so's or rub salt in the wound, but they were very supportive.
Aww.
I ended up staying with my sister a couple of nights and returning home Friday night. I told Nate we needed to have a serious conversation. I laid out everything I was feeling. I cried and begged him to go to therapy. If not couples therapy, at least solo. He refused. He says therapy's a waste of time and money, just paying someone to talk to you. He says we don't need anyone in our business like that and we can deal with it ourselves. I told him obviously we can't, and having an outside, unbiased opinion may help us understand each other better and be good for our future. He refused. He really doesn't see how all of this is affecting me. I did get him to open up the slightest bit about what's going on in his head. In short, he thinks the world owes him something. When he first lost his job, he went to his parents for help. They refused. He was going on and on about how his dad left his mom for half his life before they got back together, and he needed to make up for it. I told him he's not a child anymore. He's an adult. His parents don't owe him anything. He said it's the least they could do. We barely even touched the money and bills topic, as usual, as this led to yelling and things were getting heated.
The least his parents can do?
Yeah.
Brother.
Dude.
Brother,
Yeah,
you're a grown butt man.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Go to your job, dude. I addressed him taking money from my siblings to pay for dates and vacations, and he said, why does it matter where the money comes from?
What a
you want to go
loser.
out, and I made it happen.
What a
Okay.
loser.
Yeah, cool. It lines up so perfectly with his idea towards jobs and stuff like that. He's like, I don't need a job. Like, the money will come from somewhere, from all the people around me.
Yeah.
It also is so like I thought that when with the title, I thought it meant his siblings. But the fact that it's her siblings,
which is crazy.
Yeah, like no wonder they were so mad about him not having money. They were like, "Yo, you got a divorce."
Dude, I've been giving you money for 3 years.
Yeah, they knew like the full extent of it. I'm like, even more than she did.
I don't know why, but like, why didn't like for 3 years? If my sibling was asking me for money 24/7, and like, oh, I'm using it to like, treat my partner, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, like don't you laugh in her face? Yeah, right.
I'm Crazy. Just like I'll do it maybe one time. Like, yeah, here's a treat, have fun, go out. But for 3 years straight,
yeah,
I'm laughing in their face.
He told me all I care about is money. That his love and loyalty are never enough. But by the way, we always have enough episodes with stories just like this for you guys to listen to. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, your favorite podcast app. Search up OK Storytime. We've got a little bit more. I got a little spoiler there, but...
Oh, no. And Toria Bumgarner says, okay, this little Willy man annoys me. I'm going to need to teach him some stuff. Sign language to the face.
Yeah. He's fully just like, yeah, everyone else, like, the world owes me, like, all this money. Like,
I've done so much for the world. I've done so much good.
Ever again.
He's like, it doesn't need to be like an income from me. It's like everyone helps out everyone, right, guys? Right?
Yeah.
I'll help you like with my presence. That's it.
I like that her family though truly was just like, hey, we're not gonna give you an I told you so. We are here for you. What do you need?
Yeah.
You're seeing what we're seeing now.
Right.
Like,
and
let's get you out.
Yeah, and like the fact that like even with the money stuff, when she was first hearing that from them, they were coming out of it from what they knew about it and telling her to divorce him, but like the fact that they really knew what was going on and they were helping because they wanted them to be together, so they weren't just like immediately coming with anger, but then they still like they were just handling it very well throughout the whole thing.
Exactly.
Very nice.
We have a little bit left. We're separating for now. I was going to let him stay in our house, but I changed my mind.
Woohoo!
I honestly don't trust him to keep up with any of the bills or cleaning. We rent our house, and the lease isn't up until May. So I'll be staying there and taking care of everything as usual. He's staying with his family for now. I still didn't jump straight to divorce, as I'm trying to get through to him. Despite all of that, I still love him very much and wish things were different. I'm hoping this separation inspires change, but I gave him until our lease is up to show me with actions. Honestly, with his track record, I'm not holding my breath, but it's tearing a hole in my chest just thinking about filing for divorce. Any advice for fixing a broken heart? LOL, but kind of serious. And that is the end of that story.